Attention. This video is a record of a live stream held at twitch.tv/Corvid_communications. If you want to actively participate in chat or otherwise interact, please follow us on Twitch, and follow us on other social media sites as well. Please enjoy the following content.
Welcome back, community that Twitch now says is back. I hope you weren't too annoyed by the ad break. As always, I am Calvin Cawthorn, CEO of Corvid Communications Incorporated, and I totally butchered the pronunciation of my own name. I am a little bit stuffy. I caught a bit of a cold. So, welcome back, everyone. Sorry for the brief little break, but after that little New Year stream with Mrs. Cawthorn, we went on a little vacation that had been planned by my parents for multiple years now. And we're going to talk a little bit about that after, well, while we're playing a game that is at least somewhat mildly related. Also, since TikTok is getting banned here soon, I'm going to go ahead and post a video about where else you can reach me. That way, we don't lose contact, as TikTok is probably some of my most viewed content. Alright. So, what we are playing Nothing. I leave for a week and stuff is just the order of the day. Like, I keep having to readjust my phone and my mic so that my mic placement does not interfere with my phone's tracking. Anyway. So, I was gone for a little bit. Also, I hope you all enjoyed that little stream with Mrs. Cawthorn, because I would actually like to do that a little more regularly. Mostly because, well, I've actually wanted to have her on stream for a while now. And now that she has a model, occasionally we can. However, those Corvid couples nights are probably going to be few and far between. Mostly because, in order for the both of us to participate, baby Cawthorn has to be in bed. But, as I mentioned before, there are other sites that I post on. I post on Instagram. I was there before all this went down. I post on Tumblr. I post on Instagram. I already mentioned Instagram. I post on Blue Sky. I even got a Red Note app. A Red Note thing. However, I have noticed that for that, some of my content may not be suitable for there. Namely, my content that plays more into my horror roots, so we'll see how that goes, but I will try to post on there when I can. I also post to YouTube. So, let's get into the game today, shall we? We've got a little bit to discuss. So, today we are playing Indigo Park, a game that is very much related to what I did over my vacation. And what did I do over my vacation, you ask? I was on a... Why is my model just so jumpy today? Is VBridger being just... Oh, right, I remember this game being a little bit problematic. I remember now, Indigo Park did have a little bit of an issue with my model. I am going to lower those settings a little bit. Bear with me for a moment, there will be a brief intermission. Yes, right. Okay, so yeah, I did just need to turn the graphics down a little bit, and it looks like everything's running a bit smoother. My model is no longer being very, very, glitchy. Also, hopefully that will prevent the, fatal errors from reoccurring, because that has happened twice today. Oh, hold on a minute. sorry once again. I heard noise in the other room. It sounded like spit that out, so I was like, that's a moment where Dad may have to step in. Alright, let's get on this. So, as for what I was doing, I was on vacation on a cruise that was owned by a certain corporation that has a mouse as a mascot. And it is I went on a Disney cruise. That's what happened. I went on a Disney cruise, and yeah, it was really fun. We did not take Baby Cawthorn on this cruise. It was me, my Mrs. Cawthorn, both of my parents, my older brother, and my sister-in-law, and my niece and nephew. So, that was just kind of what was going on. But anyway. Yeah, we didn't take Baby Cawthorn because, you know, he is 1.5 now. So, the main issue with taking him on the cruise probably would have been it would limit what he could do because, you know, he's really, really little. So, like, he can't necessarily go to, like, all the kids' clubs and all that because he's too young. Because that's a thing on... I'm not sure if it's on every cruise line, but it is on Disney Cruise Lines. I learned that from, like, a video thing that my parents got I don't know how long ago. I was still a teenager at the time. So, yeah, that kind of was... what happened. And also, he's 1.5, so yeah, we could take him on that grand old vacation on the premise of making memories with him, but that's the thing. He's 1.5. He's not going to remember a thing. I mean, my first trip to Disneyland was when I was literally my 3rd birthday. I was like self-aware enough to be able to, like, understand what was going on and actually enjoy myself. But, like, I also remember that. Like, I remember meeting Mickey Mouse and riding Mr. Toad's Wild Ride the first time I rode the Haunted Mansion, which at that age was legitimately scary, but it's one of my favorite rides nowadays. Ooh, there's a blush. Is this new? Anyway, so yeah, we didn't take Baby Cawthorn along because basically we would have had to take a lot of extra stuff that the cruise would not have provided, and just it wouldn't have been a good experience for him. Wouldn't have been a good experience for us, so he was watched by Mrs. Cawthorn's mom and one of her sisters while we were gone. He had a great time with that, though. Very, very happy. He's a very happy boy. Also, just a forewarning, this stream is going to be a lot of immersion breaking. I'm not going to be my usual self with this. Nostalgia! To be fair, that is kind of like what Disney runs off of nowadays. Oh, thank you for the sacrifice loading delayed, and welcome. We are playing Indigo Park, as I talk about the fact that I went on a Disney...
And welcome to Indigo Park!
Hold up. There are no subtitles. Nostalgia. Yes, nostalgia. Why are subtitles off? I cannot play a game without subtitles.
The world's most innovative,
Especially while streaming.
really fun experience. Jump into the world of your favorite character. Wait, you're our first guest in 2,920 days, 4 hours, 23 minutes, and 38 seconds. Congratulations! I'm Rambly the raccoon, and it's my job to make sure your experience here at Indigo Park is the most fun it can be.
Might be peeking my mic a little bit. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll turn myself down a bit.
Your adventure in the park.
Thank you for letting me know. Like, I've been trying to adjust my mic a little bit just because I'm, like, getting in the way of tracking, so... Also, sorry if I sound a little bit snuffly. I am kind of getting over a bit of a chest cold I seem to have developed on one of the flights I took. Alright, sit in the chair. Sit in the chair!
Hi, I'm Rambly the raccoon, and it's my job to make
And
sure
I'm gonna get a sip of my drink real fast.
is registered.
Okay, if OBS shows it. Good to know, actually. I've always wondered about that.
Don't seem to have your face in our guest list. Is this your first time here at the park, or did you just get plastic surgery? No worries.
It should sit in yellow.
Family Tuesday.
Good to know.
Qualify for a big discount on your visit. Just follow me to the
In my day-to-day life, I'm not overly loud, so, like, I'm often conscious of, like, am I too quiet? Am I too loud? But yeah, we went on a Disney cruise. We flew out to Florida because that's where the cruise was launching. It was from Port Canaveral. Am I having issues again? I thought I saw my model jump a little bit there. But anyway, yeah, it was out of... Yeah?
Been brought back.
Okay. Wait, is that another collectible? I need you! Anyway, sorry. Maybe I shouldn't have been maybe I shouldn't be talking about this while playing at the same time because I am getting distracted. Durden! Yeah.
The gate is open. Head on into the entryway.
But yeah, we flew into
The gate is not open.
we flew into Florida in Orlando to take the cruise the next day.
Get to be the first person
And
to turn on
Mrs. Cawthorn and I had the unpleasant adventure of having a stomach bug the day before a flight. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and fiddle with the settings again, because my model is not cooperating. There we go. That's better. Global illumination method. There we go. Reflection method. There we go. Motion blur off. Lens flare. I don't want lens flare. Blue. Unless you actually have astigmatism, does bloom actually help anything? I have always wondered this. Resolution. This game kicks a bit when loading next play. Fair. The gate is not open. What was I supposed to do again? Oh, right, I need to fix the gate. But yeah, we had a stomach bug the day before we flew out to Florida. There's double of me. You're hearing me twice? That's odd. Let me look at my audio. The scuff is strong today, it seems. You see me twice. What do you mean you see me twice?
the Indigo Violet Compact Power Generator. But it seems to be inoperable.
There's a small one.
Can you find
Oh! Oh, I think I see what happened. There's some... Okay. Why am I double? What is going on? Okay, VTuber... Oh, there's a second model capture. That's what's going on. Okay, remove? Oh. It removed the wrong me. Today. Small. Yeah, small. I'm not trying not to be small. Yeah, that's... Display capture. Where's it under? It's got to be under one of the, like, thingamabobs, right? Oh, I figured out what happened. Okay. Remove. Give me 1 second. Alright, it's gonna be spoke to capture, VTuber model capture. Big. Small. Normal size. Normal size? This has just... Maybe I should have just taken a better look at my setup before I started today. Alright, things are looking normal now. At least, as normal as they get around Corporate Communications Incorporated. Ugh. It's okay, not EBIM? Oh, not even. Oh, gotcha. Okay. Now let's get back into it. Yeah, we caught a stomach bug the night before, and while we were, like, over it, as far as, like, actually feeling sick by the time that we were flying the next day, it still kind of really sucked. Because when you have bugs like that, it's not just that you have, like, stomach problems, it's you're sore the next day, too. And so, like, I went the whole day with, like, I think it was, like, what, 4-hour flight, I think it was? 4-hour flight with a serious case of Batman neck.
For real this time. Welcome to Indigo Park.
Yes. And hopefully, in addition to fixing the problems with the gate, we have fixed the scuff for today. All right. So yeah, we went to Florida for the thing. And so it was the day before the cruise, and my family have been members of the Disney Vacation. You want to talk to the internet, baby Cawthorn? You want to talk to the internet? What did you just put in your mouth? What did you just put in your mouth, my son? Oh, that's fine. Sorry. So yeah, we wound up staying at the Saratoga Springs, which had a direct shuttle to the port.
Rambly, every guest needs a critter cuff. That will allow you access to reserved areas, charge payments to your room, and wear a critter cuff. I think there's some in the gift shop. Head in there and I'll get you set up.
So, speaking of critter cuffs, actually, on the cruise, you opened your door with a magic band, which is what the critter cuffs in this game are based off of. Which, I took another Disney World vacation ages ago. Like, more than 10 years ago. And yeah, I saw them. It was in the early days. They'd just been introduced. I wanted one. I did not wind up I don't think it was supposed to spark like that. But anyway, I wanted one because they had already implemented it for, like, fast...
The door mysteriously locked. Why not test out your band and save the day?
Test out my band. Are we talking rock music? Pop?
Hey, great work, buddy. Now try entering the park, and we can start our Indigo
Seeing double, huh? Thank you for the clip loading. By the way, I hope everything's going all right on your end. But yeah, there was a magic band. It acted as a room key, and if you went to one of the many lounges and bought a drink, or even if you were buying it on some of the on-ship all's good, just sleepy. You know what? That's fair. But yeah, like I was saying, it acted just like it did in this game. You could, like, unlock your room. You used it to unlock your room. You could use it in the gift shops, all that. And it was linked to your stateroom number. For those of you who are unaware, that is, at least on Disney Cruise, what they call your cabin. The place where you spend your time sleeping. Also, one thing I will say about the Disney resorts that I have a bit of a complaint about, why is Disney Plus not included in your room? That's something to ask. Like, Disney Plus was an option on the TV, not on the boat, but in the Saratoga Springs room, and And we're like, hey, let's watch a Disney movie since, we maybe we're tired, but we didn't necessarily want to go to sleep yet. But it was kind of just, oh, log in. And to me, it's like, oh no. I don't remember my login. Like, just include that in the room. It's a freaking Disney resort. The people here are a fan of Disney. And while they probably already have an account, just include it with the room, After all, it's not like those hotel rooms there aren't cheap. The only reason my family afforded this vacation at all was just probably because they're Disney Vacation Club. Okay. If there's one thing I have learned about horror games, there's always hidden fun stuff in the bathrooms. Granted, some of those hidden fun things are deadly, but... Rambly Funko Pop. I'm not a Funko Pop fan by any means. I would buy a Rambly Raccoon Funko, though. Bathroom collectible. Yes. The bathroom collectibles. The best kind of collectibles.
Pardon our dust, buddy. Looks like the park is going through some renovations. For the inconvenience, your Rambly Tuesday discount will be 3% off. Why not celebrate this great deal with a ride of
3% off.
Test your sleuthing skills. I'll let you find this one all by yourself.
That's actually my favorite kind of percentage off. Molly Macaw. I really love the art style for this game. Like, it is so charming. Because, yeah, sure, Bendy and the Ink Machine had that whole, style that's old cartoons. It was meant to be a homage to old Rubber Hose style animation. But to me, maybe it's just because I do not really relate to that phase of animation. But, I find this infinitely more visually appealing. Because it's just it looks like the cartoons I grew up with. At least the Disney ones. Which, given that this is supposed to be a reference to Disneyland, no shit. Ooh, what's back here? Wait, this is where I'm supposed to go. You never find collectibles in the direction you're supposed to go. Store all your loose Rambley's Railroad. So yeah, we boarded the cruise, and so at this cruise, they announce you as you enter the cruise. It's so we checked in and all that after, a brief shuttle ride, and basically some announcers were like, and now presenting the Cawthorn family aboard the Disney Treasure. Which, that was the actual name of the boat we were on.
Your facial data suggests you may be a bit older than the target audience for this.
Okay.
But it's one of my favorites. Do you know why Rambly the raccoon loves Rambley's Railroad? Because I like trains.
I also like trains, Rambly. That's why whenever I used to go to Disneyland in middle school, my dad was kind of the same way. We always took at least one ride on the Disneyland trains. Just because it was always a fun ride. And also it was a slow ride. You got to kick your feet up a bit. Anything else? Yes. But yeah, they announced you couldn't go into your stateroom because they were basically bringing all your they were setting everything up. And one thing that's actually kind of odd, again, Disney's the only cruise I've been on, so I have no other experience. So maybe I should stop saying on the Disney cruise, because it's literally my only experience with a cruise line. I went on one 10 years ago, which was part of that Disney World vacation because my family wanted a big shebang.
Rambley's Railroad. I'm Conductor Rambly.
And Rambly, you doing okay? I can't help but bob along to this. So, yeah, as I was saying, I always rode the railroad at Disneyland. They announced you in the cruise. You couldn't immediately go into your cabin because they were kind of making sure everything was all clean, which, if you don't know, it is, depending on the cruise line, it can be very, very easy to catch some very unpleasant diseases on a cruise because you're in a very isolated environment with a lot of people. So, yeah, where was I? It's been kind of a hectic week, so forgive the brain fog a little bit. But, yes, cruises are not always the cleanest. Like, they really have to go through those between each time at sea for the big trip. And some cruises are better about the cleanliness than others.
You've known me for 100 years, Rambly. I'm always lost because I'm always longing for a new seashell for my collection.
Oh, Finley, you should come out of your shell.
How about you come into it instead? My ride,
Oceanic Odyssey.
will teach you all about the wonders down under the deep blue sea. It's as blue as me.
So is he like Eeyore?
I'm so lonely.
He sounds very much like Eeyore. Oh, bother. Why did I wake up today? Oh no. Rambly is having a fit. Those... What are you getting into, buddy? Hey, buddy. Just a minute, I need to see what he's up to. He could be getting into something. Well, buddy, those... Oh, you want some water? Yeah, you want some water, bud? There you go. Okay. Sorry about that. Had to handle a small bird. He wanted water. He literally was standing by the sink and just kind of like gripping the cabinets trying to open them. And then when I got over there, he handed me his water bottle and was like, "Here! Fill this, peasant!" He shouldn't be eating anything. I just gave him his water. Toothpaste? Did I put it in his bathroom? Okay, there's 1 gear. 2 gear. Red gear. Blue gear. Alright. But yeah, as I was saying, he has been, like, in the past couple of weeks, had marks improvement in his development. He, like, you can tell him to get certain objects, like, for example, there's a white teddy bear that Mrs. Cawthorn made at Build-A-Bear when she was a kid, that baby Cawthorn absolutely adores. He loves this teddy bear, and he refers to it as baby. So, like, if we say, like, go get your baby, he will go grab that bear. He absolutely loves it. And, like...
Hey there, Lloyd.
Do not shame me with that common folk name. I am the proud, the prestigious, the
Yes?
I don't have nails. Can you point them?
Yes. Alright.
Sorry, I'm trying to be helpful.
I know.
So you don't have to take them off.
I know. It's fine. It's fine, Letty. Part of being a parent.
Apparently. Oh, well, if you're just use your teeth.
There you go.
Thank you.
No problem.
professional Lloyd
Lloydford L. Lyon.
Extraordinaire!
Really?
Great act, Lloyd.
Of course it was!
Lloydford L. Lyon. So his initials are L.
Hey, baby Cawthorn, we could have done that.
Or is it like...
La 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 la. Come on, baby Cawthorn.
Okay, can I go back through door? Also, is this door made of cardboard? It looks like it's made of cardboard. This part of the building, it looks like it's made of cardboard.
So, what do you think? Pretty fun, right?
Cow sleeper?
Now you know all about
You
my
asked me if
friends.
it was dirty or not.
Oh, I think I put it in his room. Conductor Rambley. I want plush. I want to collect plush. Let me collect plush. It is friend-shaped. But yeah, we went in the room. Yeah, they brought our luggage to us. So, like, we got it on the shuttle and we didn't see it again until it was in our stateroom. Now, when I'm traveling, I get very, very anxious if I do not know where my stuff is. So, like, yeah, sure, it's like if stuff goes missing, they could handle it, but I'm just like, where's my stuff going? What if I lose it? I'm not gonna have clothes for this entire vacation. It's going to smell horrible, and it's going to be uncomfy. Oh my gosh. I didn't even notice that the first time. There's Rambley Ferris wheel. Probably a lot less horrifying than the Mickey's Fun Wheel. With its swinging cars. Mind you, when I rode that when I was a kid, my family asked, do you want a swing car? And I thought, well, the cars hang. I think they all swing. No, they are on a track. They move a lot more than the other ones. And given that I have a fear of heights, I was traumatized, to say the least. I have not been in a Ferris wheel since.
Dude.
All right. So, right, where was I? Where was I?
Babe,
What's wrong?
it was in the dryer.
Oh. Maybe I did clean it.
Hey, buddy, come over here.
Where's over here, Rambley? I'm going to explore, Rambley. You are friend, but also, I need to collect all the merch. After all, there's no one here to stop me, so I can have infinite 5-finger discount. Also, I don't know where over here is because I have not seen this game in a while. But there was a lot to do on the cruise, too. I mean, there's pretty typical cruise stuff. You know, there's a pool on the top. Actually, there was a few pools on the top deck. And there was a water slide called the Aqua Mouse. Now, the other cruise I went on had another slide called the Aqueduct. And I thought all the Disney Cruise Line slides were called the Aqueduct because it was a play on the word aqueduct. I was mistaken. That being said, it was a very fun ride. It was kind of like one of their parks, too. There were like screens of... Well, one of the park rides, too. There were like screens of stuff and all that sort of stuff. Oh. Hi, kitty. Can I pick you up? I want to collect cat. Let me collect the cat. I will take him home and love him. Let me take home. Okay, this is the perfect game. 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. It let me pet the animal. It let me touch the floof. Alright, coffee decaf, got Rambley special. Wait. I did not read this before. What are the flavors here? Okay, chocolate, vanilla, cookie dough, mint, brownie, birthday cake, strawberry, Rocky Road, Molly Mint, Finley Fantasy. What is Finley Fantasy, and do I want to know? I'm not sure I want to know. Rambleberry. Okay, I can kind of guess that one, maybe. It's a raspberry, based on the shape. Lloyd's Lime. Why would Lloyd be lime? He's orange yellowish. Coffee. Yummy Tummy. Slimy Timey. What? I hate when flavors do not indicate what it is. 'Cause to me, both I like to know what I'm getting myself into, and B, what if someone has an allergy? Ooh, matcha flavored ice cream. That sounds good. Green tea, pistachio, and chocolate again. So is that like they use double the chocolate? It's not just... Mr. President. Hello, Royce. How are you? I hope things are going well. I saw you were streaming earlier. What were you playing today? Oh, these breads are moldy. Ew. But yeah, we're just playing Indigo Park. I'm assuming you're a president and CEO of Cord Communications. I thought those were the... Oh, Phoenix... A friend actually bought me those games a while ago. I have been meaning to play them. And by a while ago, I mean multiple years ago at this point. But yeah, Phoenix Fry is fun. I'm going to go ahead and give you a shout out real fast for the folks watching. There you go. As far as what we're doing today, I am just kind of talking about my vacation while I am playing a game that is very related, because what I did was a Disney cruise, which was very fun. So yeah, there was tons of... Nope, president and chairman of the... is chairman of the board of directors, and CEO is the one in charge of running the business. I am actually only the CEO, believe it or not, but the president has not been seen in ages, so... But yes, I am not the president. I am merely the CEO. I will not speak of what happened to the president, though, because it remains a mystery. I can't open gate. Rambly, where were you when you said over here? I need to know. Hot. Yeah. So, yeah, I was on a Disney cruise. The top floor was pool, water slide, and if you don't know this, there are different areas which you can and cannot go to depending on the time of day and your age. For example, there is a specific area of the pool, of the top deck, that you can only enter if you're over 18 years old. And it's mostly so that, you know, adults can get away from the kids if they're running around and stuff like that. There are certain shows that that are only able to be gone to if you're 18 plus, just because they talk about some more mature stuff. Like, for example, music that mentions lyrics. We did karaoke a lot on the cruise, actually. Mrs. Hawthorne was very, very enthusiastic about it, so I wound up doing karaoke a lot on the cruise. It actually might be part of the reason my voice is a little shot currently. But yeah, there was karaoke, there were shows, there were about, like, I want to say 4 or 5 different, like, lounges, and one of them was based on the Haunted Mansion, which, if you don't know, it is my all-time favorite non-roller coaster ride in the Disney parks. I adore it. I want to know more about the different international variations on it. Like, I think the Japanese one's called Mystic Manor or something like that. And then, of course, in Disneyland, it's in New Orleans Square, but in the Magic Kingdom and Disney World, it's in a colonial America-based area. which is kind of an interesting variation, and the structures are not identical, which makes sense because in New Orleans Square, it's based off of like old New Orleans architecture, so there was a lot of French, and Spanish influence. I really should have been paying attention to that stage. I did not see him move. Okay, are there any more collectibles in here? Also, have I gotten all the collectibles? How can I tell? Inventory? Nope, that is not it. That is P is for pause. F is flashlight, as it should be. Oh, I can probably only show when I unlock the info thing, huh? Gonna take a little sippy. And back to business.
Got eyes all over the park, but I can't see anything behind.
Also, yes, Phoenix Wright is awesome.
Your critter club is not
I agree, it's a very influential game series. Phoenix Wright. And you are awesome. Oh, I appreciate that, Royce. You are also awesome. But one of the interesting things is that at the Haunted Mansion, your menu was a tablet that kind of was spooky themed. It looked like you were reading out of an ancient grimoire. And if you turn the tablet vertical, because it was given to you horizontally, there was a little puzzle thing you could solve, and it would actually show you a secret menu item if you solved it. And the secret menu item was served to you in a... like, there was a gargoyle holder with 2 glasses on it, and it gave you 2 separate drinks. And they were both very good, but I personally liked the one that had kind of a spicy, citrusy flavor to it. It was really, really good. And also, it was really fun as they actually made it with on-brand sodas, which had that edible glitter stuff in it. You know, the stuff that if you shine a light on it, it's all glittery and glowy. So it looked really cool. You know, the only reason that got me was literally just because I wasn't paying attention. But yeah, there was also sodas you could get. I personally wound up taking home a Hatbox Ghost sippy cup. Why did I get it? Because I like the Haunted Mansion, and also I have been from a very young age a avid pin collector, and you could collect a pin every day of the cruise from the staff in the, which was really cool to me because I like pins, although I'll admit I don't really collect pins based off their rarity typically. I collect them mostly based off of stuff I've actually done in the parks, you know? Because to me it's like, why would I get a pin for an experience I didn't have, you know? So, like, I know pin training's a thing. It's not necessarily something I myself have participated in all that much. And another interesting thing about the cruise was that if any of you have seen the recent Mickey cartoons, any depictions of Mickey and his group of friends on the cruise are based on those tunes. So, like, it's in a style that I feel is both a homage to the original Mickey cartoons in the styling, while also, to me at least, seeming like it incorporated some of the zaniness that came with 90s Nickelodeon and early 2000 Cartoon Network's cartoons. I personally find myself liking them a bit, but I know it's not everyone's cup of tea. My parents in particular don't care for them. But yeah, I like them. Why is my light not working? There we go. Light bulb. Molly Macaw. Also, I don't like how fast she, like, vanishes. But yeah, there are several lounge areas. We took in a lot of shows, one of which was a magic show, where there was this magician lady on board, and she did a bunch of, like, well, there was a card trick. She was kind of limited in what she could do on the small stage she was at. One of the things she does was kind of similar to a sword swallowing routine, which was intriguing, to say the least. I kind of personally get a little grossed out by that sort of trick, just because to me it's like, oh, what if I am like what if we're the audience who, even though she's done this a bajillion times, she messes up and hurts herself? You know, it's just like, it makes me concerned. Oh, Alice's shakeups. Who's Alice? She doesn't even go here. What the? What's this? Oh, am I missing some stuff? I've got about 4 things. Alright. Rambly ears.
Those used to fly off the shelves. That pair is pretty damaged, though. Keep your eyes peeled. There's gotta be at least one more mint condition set out there somewhere. Like a yard sale.
At a yard sale, or maybe in the hands of some scalper who's selling it for $1 bajillion.
Me! Don't I look adorable?
Yes, you do, Rambly.
Ew, Floyd. Oh, you found my buddy Finley. You know, he's really shy. Like, too shy. Like, obnoxiously shy. But he's got a good heart. I hope you get to meet him someday. Oh, a Molly plush. She's always been my best friend. Did you know she builds planes in her landing pad at the park? And then she crashes them. She's so talented.
It does take a lot of talent to crash planes, I agree. It also takes a lot of talent to get all gutter balls in bowling. Even more talent if you're able to do that with all the bumpers up.
Wow, is that a limited edition gold Rambly plush? Parents were fighting tooth and nail for those things when they came out. Seriously, our employees had to clean up so many stray teeth and nails. Hard to believe there was all that demand for a regular Rambly plush we just blasted with gold spray paint.
You have no idea how much people will go crazy over limited edition shit.
Oh, I got this. I know the commercial by heart.
Wow, it's the unlimited edition Rambly the Raccoon Raction figure. Push him down and he jumps. Push him up and he doesn't. Only $19.99 at your favorite toy store.
Ooh, that's a Rambly cup. Nothing beats the taste of fresh Rambleberry juice drunk directly out of my plastic, lifeless head.
He sounds way too cheery when he says that. Sorry, I had to. I had to listen. I could not chat while Rambly was rambling on about all that. I had to listen. And so you had to listen. Alright, let's open this. Bird up.
Hey, why don't you check out Molly's rooftop races?
Diet water, soda.
Get into the bigger rides. Just take it up at Molly's landing pad.
Uh-oh. The game is having struggles. So, as far as where the cruise went, it went to the British Virgin Islands. I forgot the name of the specific island, and it stopped in St. Thomas, and then it stopped on Castaway Cay, which is Disney's private island. Pretty much all of the Caribbean cruises for Disney go through that area. Not the islands I mentioned, but they all pretty much go to Castaway Cay in some way or another. Oh, we got an ad break incoming. So we may be taking a moment here in 5 minutes where I will stop talking. Okay, so if Rambley is a not Mickey Mouse, based off of the appearance of this toy, is that a not Snoopy from a copyright-friendly version of Knott's Berry Farm, which notoriously uses Snoopy as their mascot?
Don't worry though, your pal Rambley has the repairman on speed dial.
Da 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 da.
We're sorry. The number you have dialed has been disconnected or is no longer in service. Please check the number and dial again.
Say, why don't you check out Molly's landing pad? It's not far from here, and it's a great cool down after that exhilarating ride. Just take a down from Molly's rooftop races.
Rambley, nothing could make me hate you. Even though your arc is falling apart, I can't bring myself to hate him. His enthusiasm is infectious. Okay, we're not going to the landing pad yet, because we got collectibles to find. And I will be damned if we don't collect them all. Okay, Molly's garage. There's always collectibles somewhere. Molly's crispy chicken sandwich. I mean, I can't say anything about that being quote-unquote cannibalism because crows and ravens, most carrion birds in the corvid family, will eat dead bird too. Basically, if it's dead, they will eat it. Want some kick? Get it Rambley style. What does that mean? I would like to know. Add some fries for $3.50. Indigo special loaded hot dog. Not enough? Get it Rambley style. Get it bigger. Make it a 1-footer. I don't know. That's a pretty big sausage. Sorry, that joke was beneath me. Build your own burger. Let's see, there's options of lettuce, tomato slices, onions, pickle, cheese, bacon, avocado or guacamole, fried egg, mushrooms, jalapenos, ketchup, mustard, mayonnaise, barbecue sauce, hot sauce, sliced bell pepper. Why sliced bell pepper? Who wants bell pepper on a burger? Coleslaw, pineapple, arugula, spinach. You know what? I can respect that, because unlike lettuce, spinach and arugula actually have a taste. Lettuce is water leaf. I cannot be convinced otherwise. Let's see. Spinach, sliced olives, salsa, hummus. Ooh, that could be interesting. Ramble sauce. I'm guessing that's like every restaurant's secret sauce. That's literally just Thousand Island dressing. Fried onions or onion rings, or is that tomato jam? Interesting. I mean, you can do a lot with tomatoes, and jalapeno jelly is also a thing. It's actually quite good. Okay, don't look like there's nothing up here. So it looks like all we gotta do is play the game, and we are going to do that after the ad break. So I am going to pull up the my handy-dandy intermission screen again. I've been doing that a lot this stream. And we are going to go ahead and wait to continue until the audience returns. Alright, it's ad time. Intermission!
Here at Corvid Communications, we understand that the stress of the job can get overwhelming. We get it. Work is hard, and the long hours at the office can leave you feeling drained, fatigued, empty, exhausted, burned out. If you feel this way, then rejoice. The executive team at Corvid Communications has heard your pleas. In this video, we'll be going over Corvid Communications' generous attendance, paid time off, holiday, sick time, and overtime policies. At Corvid Communications, we expect our employees to be at their desk and clocked in the moment their shift is scheduled to begin. If you are even a minute late, you may be subject to progressive disciplinary action. In the occurrence of the first offense, the punishment is merely a warning. On the second offense, an employee will be written up. On the third offense, the employee will be sent to retraining regarding the attendance policy. A fourth offense will result in a final warning and more intense re-education measures. A fifth offense will result in termination of the employee. Attendance offenses will reset at the end of the year, so don't worry about any times you might have been late a year ago. Relax.
All is forgiven.
Life happens, and some days you just can't be
Relied upon to arrive to work on time.
However, a no-call, no-show will count as 2 offenses. So if you need to for any reason suddenly need a day off, you must call your supervisor, and they will decide whether or not your reason for not attending work for the day is reasonable. Here at Corvid Communications, employees are given unpaid vacation days at the beginning and end of the week. Taking these vacation days is mandatory according to company policy. Any employees found on company property will be subject to disciplinary action. For the sake of employee productivity, all other vacation days are relegated to federally recognized holidays, which are Christmas, New Year's Day, Memorial Day, Veterans Day, the 4th of July, and Labor Day. Vacation days at any other time are against Corvid Communications' corporate policy. There is plenty of time to recover from the stresses of work on the preceding governmentally mandated days. If you find that you still need some more vacation, even with all of this, we highly recommend that you examine what is going on in your personal life that may be adding additional stress to your life and eliminating it from your time. Your work is important, and it must be the center of your life,
Because it provides you with the means to live. Do you have hobbies that are very time-intensive, creative, or otherwise mentally stimulating? Corporate recommends replacing that with watching celebrity gossip and reality shows on television.
To give your mind the rest it deserves, save your mental energy for work, where it can be most productive and spent.
The human body is a wondrous thing. Billions and billions.
Okay, it looks like the ads are over, so we will be getting back to the game. That's better. Yeah, I know it's annoying to have ad breaks like that, but on the bright side, I don't have pre-roll because of it, and I don't have to worry about, and I know they're coming, so I can anticipate them. Oh no, Molly's crane crashed in the Rambleberry Woods somewhere. I'd better find her and make sure she's okay. His sprite looks angy. Time for my outdated platforming skills to come back to me. You know, it's not a horror game per se, but one of these days I am going to play Banjo-Kazooie on stream. Why? Because it's a game I absolutely adore. I grew up with it, it was my favorite N64 game, I'm gonna play it one of these days. Probably not a day soon. Aw, even shadow squirrels can find love. How touching. I'm guessing this is an engine limitation, but I think it's kind of funny that this is a pixelated sprite on top of a 3D backdrop. It's a little funny to me. Free play. All plays are free if you... All plays are free if you know how to hack the machine. Molly, what happened? Hey, Rambly, I was flying through the woods, but suddenly I couldn't see a thing. Looks like my smokescreen made her crash right on target. I'm guessing Salem's kind of like fits the Pete the Cat role in Rambly's roster here. Because back, especially during the early days of the dumpster phase. Are you calling me a trash panda? How dare you? But yeah, like especially during the early Disney shorts, Pete was the antagonist to most Mickey shorts, which made sense because, you know, he was a cat, Mickey was a mouse, so, you know, draw your own conclusions. That was easy. Well, that was easy. I remember the first time I played this game, that particular segment being much more difficult. So, we couldn't do a lot of the more thrilling excursions on the destinations, and part of that is because, well, we were traveling with my nephews and niece, who are very young and very little, and so are not exactly old enough to do, like, zip lines and stuff like that. Like, my nephew is 7. So, like, my niece is 3, so, like I said, not much to be done there. Is there any indication of what the pattern here is? I have forgotten. Oh no, do I have to use my brain for this? Okay. Red. Oh, wait. Purple star. I just needed to look around my... Where'd the fun music go? Where'd the fun music go? But, hi, Molly. You seem to be perusing for a bruising. I'm not gonna follow you, though. Unless that's what you want me to do. The problem is, if I go the right way, then I can't find the collectibles. And I must have the collectibles. Anyway, so yeah. A lot of the excursions we were on were... Ooh, blood. Wonderful blood. This part spooked me too much. You know what? The Lloyd part also caught me off guard in this playthrough, but I think that was more just because I was busy talking about my cruise that I didn't notice he was right there. Okay. Boop. Is this the right way or the wrong way? I don't know. I just want to find collectibles. But yeah, I mean, this is the part where it really, like, leans into the horror aspect of the game. Okay, green triangle. Green triangle, blue star. Hi, Molly. Let's see. Green triangle, blue star. Green was already on the triangle. Because, you know, I had a lot of forethought to put into this. Anyway. So yeah, a lot of it was just kind of chilling at the beach, which, if you have known me for a long time and my fear of the ocean, I'm not necessarily the most beach-happy person, which is rather ironic considering I grew up in Southern California. So the fact that I grew up near a beach was not appealing to me. So I didn't necessarily, go splish-splashing in the water too much, building sandcastles or that sort of thing. I spent most of my time at the beach drawing, which actually, if you are not already a member of my Discord server, I have posted what I drew there. I'll go ahead and plug that right here in case you are interested. But yeah, I drew some stuff because... Oh dear. Oh dear. I found the solution. I didn't even think I'd put it on red. The key is to not look behind you. Well, we're about to have a chase sequence, my friends. Hopefully there are no collectibles to miss. She's right behind me, isn't she? Oh. I don't trust that for a second. But... Oh, this is one of those occurrences where stupidity is the only option. Oh, look at that. I've been impaled. So yeah, I spent a bit of time drawing. Although, I will say this, You Were Caught by Molly McCaw... That's new. That is new art. Molly can repeat words she's heard. Don't be fooled. Press E to respawn. Okay, they have made some updates to this game when it first came out. I also remember, that little thing being cubes instead of a dial. Interesting! I didn't know they'd made some new shit. Okay. Time to do the non-dumb option. Okay. Just keep running. Just keep running. Just keep running. Running. I thought these were slides. These switchbacks are gonna kill me. Quite literally. Alright, dodge. Dodge. This would be absolutely fun if I wasn't being chased by a murderous mascot. Because I remember loving this sort of stuff as a kid. Alright. Did they change this level a bit? Huh. Yes, I do want you to go this way. Oh, I found a thing. Okay. Keep running, because she's almost caught up with me. She's almost caught up with me.
Wait, hold on. This room's staff only. Come on in, new staff.
You made the right call, Rambly. Close the door. Yeah, they changed this game a little bit. I remember that level being a little bit more difficult.
Welcome to the Rambley's Wranglers registered room.
Oh, whoops.
Here we have plenty of amenities and... Okay. I can see in your facial tracking that you're scared, angry, upset. Transparency is an important part of our policy here at Indigo Park, so I need to be honest about something. The park has been inactive for years. Employees stopped showing up, guests too. The mascots are... I just was so excited to see a visitor, and I wanted to be sure you were given the best experience possible.
I can't hate you, Rambly.
The entrance for so long.
He's just a little guy.
Disrepair the park has fallen into. Wasting all of your fun time. Sorry for the inconvenience. But, I have an idea. I have access to the repair documentation in my database. I just can't execute most tasks without authorization from a human user. You must have come here because the park matters to you too, right? Would you be willing to help me restore the park? I can see in your facial tracking data that you aren't opposed to this. Ooh, I'm so excited. Let's get this place back in business. Okay, welcome to the crew, Rookie Wrangler. Registered. Your first official job as one of Rambley's Wranglers, registered, is to get out of the Rambley's
gosh.
room. Head left towards the Rookie Wrangler registered security room to set yourself free. Phew, kind of exhausting to say that whole
Yeah, especially when you are forced by your program to say registered after every time you say the thing.
Expired yesterday.
I'm guessing that means after that he doesn't have to say registered each time. Okay. Can I take Molly's severed head as a souvenir? After all, it's a collectible no one else has. Okay, was there anything up here? No. Jetstream Junction. Is that another plush I can take? No, it is not. Boo. Oh!
That Rambley's Wrangler's room is only accessible by Royal Wranglers. Maybe one day you'll grow up big and strong enough to enter it.
I mean, can't you give me the authorization for that? I mean, I'm like the one staff. I'm the only one here, Rambley. Can't you just, like, give me admin access to everything? It would make things easier. Mini Rambley. I must collect you too. Did I not collect it? It flashed like I could collect it. I must have it. I must have it now. Oh, I should probably turn on the thing. Also, I wonder if they call their, well, they call them employees, but for those of you who don't know, all Disney employees, except for on the cruises, I think, are referred to as cast members, and that's because you're supposedly on stage whenever you are in front of guests. Believe it or not, like, Disney's, like, staffing, some of the culture is pretty dang culty. Alright, info terminal. Oh, I did get all of them this time. Okay.
Whoa, where'd you get that? Brambleberries are my favorite. Oh, if only I...
Where and how is the question I'm asking.
Big bite. Don't eat it! Maybe I'll be able to one day!
But yeah, like, this looks very much like Snoopy.
Hey, buddy, did you dig that out of the lost and found? Or was it in the trash? No surprise to guess that our park would dispose of a non-Indigo brand toy. I suppose he'd make playtime special for a child with poor taste, though.
You know, I get he's probably programmed to hate non-Indigo stuff, but I appreciate that he indicated someone would still love this toy. And while he was also bashing it, there's something to be said for that, I think. Rambly head.
Whoa, where'd you find that? I've never seen anyone wearing one. Pretty snazzy. Ooh, looks like there's an audio recording tagged with costume in my database I've never noticed before. Let's listen!
Hey Jackson, you hear about the new mascots?
Yeah, think it'll put us out of a job?
I think so. Old sport. And right after we got this damn raccoon costume.
Man, screw this place. I said we get our asses out of here and go straight to Vegas.
Aw, come on. They didn't even document the Indigo inventory ID for the costume. I was really looking forward to that. What a useless recording. Deleted.
So, I'm going to spitball a theory here. The animatronics were supposed to be a cost-cutting measure to replace the staff. Why they are bleeding? I don't know. I'm guessing probably a pretty stereotypical experiment gone wrong sort of thing. But. Yeah, because of that, the staff started leaving en masse, and it was before these mascots were entirely ready. Like, they hadn't been fully tested, and so as staff were leaving, they replaced them with more of these mascots, because at first they seemed to be going fine, and then probably some form of murder incident happened. I mean, yes, that's probably pretty stereotypical for a mascot horror story, but also I'll be really impressed if they don't play into the whole murder happened sort of thing.
I don't get why we even have those. And why do they only make one of Lloyd? Is it because he's the loudest? I can be loud too! Where's my limited edition throwback plush? Where's Molly's? Where's Finley's? Give this mistake to a child and they'll cry.
So, let's go ahead and read the stuff before they can keep going. Whoa, freaky. Rambly Head. This must be one of those mascot costumes they used to use at the parks. In a weird way, I'm kind of glad they retired these. Also, if you have ever seen a very, very old Disney mascot costume, they were indeed terrifying back then. I mean, they're still kind of uncanny now, but also, like, they're not that uncanny. I took pictures with my share of Disney mascots while on the cruise. Poodle plush. It's a weird poodle plush. It doesn't seem to be an Indigo product. Sure, doesn't look like any character you've seen in the parks. Maybe a child left it behind? Rambleberry. This thing popped out of the Rambleberry Rush arcade cabinet. How is that even possible? Do you think it's edible? Now, my dear game protagonist, there is only one way to answer that question, and that is to eat it yourself. Yes, eat it. Magic. Eat the magic pixelberry, it will make you strong. Souvenir cup. When I was a kid, they used to have free unlimited refills on these things. I once drank so much bird up that I got sick and threw up while riding rooftop races. That poor kid behind me. Raction figure. Is it still new at this point? It's the all-new Rambly the Raccoon Raction figure. Available at your local toy store. It's cool to see that there's some mint condition ones still in the park. I mean, dude. Think about this for a minute. You are alone in an abandoned park, which they didn't bother to clear all the merchandise out of. You can get as much of this as you want. Fill your room with Indigo merchandise. Gold Rambly plush. So wait, they were so money hungry they just recolored Rambly and called it a new product. Kinda lazy, don't you think? You know, you would think so, but given the fact that you can buy like game consoles and other stuff that's special colored, like special edition Wii, special edition 3DSs that have no different functionality than the norm, yeah, I believe it. I believe it. I have seen it. Like, they are special edition, yeah, and that's neat, but also, like, I don't need a special edition Switch when the Switch I have works fine. That being said, I do want the new Switch, but that's because, well, I have and always will be a Nintendo fan, unfortunately. I need my Mario fix. Molly plush. I remember when my mom took us to the parks one summer. Her favorite was always Molly. So when they first opened the new Molly meet and greet in Jetstream Junction, we were some of the first in line. Finley plush. The sea serpent always kind of freaked me out. I love aquariums and fish, but the size of them always made me feel uneasy as a kid. Yeah, I can relate to this. Lloyd plush. I feel like as a kid, Indigo used Lloyd a lot more. He was always one of my favorites. I wonder if we'll get more interaction with him. Finley nom. Rambly plush. Ah, there's my buddy. Kind of feels like Rambly is a whole empire now, being the main man of Indigo and all. I like how he calls him my buddy. Though to be fair, I mean, Mickey Mouse is like, "Hi y'all, it's your old pal Mickey. Huh?" Rambly ears. I remember watching those old DVDs that Indigo would send to your house when you booked a reservation. They always advertised the biggest gift shops and made all this silly merchandise look so fun. My dad promised he'd buy me a pair when we went. Based on the context of that statement, I'm going to guess that said purchase never occurred. Retro Lloyd plush. I always find it weird when companies make merch that's supposed to look old. Lloyd obviously had an older look in the classic Indigo cartoons, but I'm not sure it looked like this. I guess nostalgia sells. That is a very correct assumption. Alright, let's get going so we can get to Rambly's little song. Because fun. Because song is fun.
Wow, you made it to Oceanic Odyssey. You're doing a great job, Rookie Wrangler.
Are there Nordic runes on this door?
You'll find a potpourri of porpoises, pickerels, and perches as far as the eye can see. But please don't tap the glass. You never really know what lies beneath the surface.
I have a feeling that I am going to be traumatized when Chapter 2 comes out.
Do you need a moment? Don't worry, it's fine. I don't blame you for taking a rest after all that. Heck, I could go for a nice...
We are going to listen to the song, and then I will continue talking about cruise stuff.
Before you settle down, you up for a little survey to help us improve the park? Thanks for visiting Indigo Park. Hope all your dreams came true. If you've got some time and you're up for a lark, stick around for the Rambly review. I'm here to offer my best to each valuable guest I assist. And lots of happy feedback ensures I get to exist. Let's try it. Were you satisfied with the rides? Yes or no? Were you satisfied with your guide? I sure hope so. Do you plan to come back? Will I see you again? Did your experience convince you to tell a friend about us? Did I earn your trust? At Indigo Park, there is a stark contrast to everything I know this place should be. But out of the dark, you've given a spark of sunshine to this kingdom's faithful devotee. At Indigo Park, more than my remarks are mysteries. Even I don't know what we might find. But fight through the dark, and I'll be your spark of sunshine to get you out of any bind. That is, if you want to keep going. Oh, idea! I know all of this isn't fair to you. It's an awful lot to ask. But here comes Rambly Review Part 2 to sell you on our task. I'm here to view and assess each valuable guest as I learn. And lots of happy feedback ensures you're gonna return. Right, I'm so happy you rode a ride and saw the show. I'm so happy to be your guide. More than you know. So come back anytime. I'd love to see you again. In all my thousands of days, I've never had a friend like you. At least I hope I do. At Indigo Park, there is a stark contrast to everything I know this place should be. But out of the dark, you've given a spark of sunshine to this kingdom's faithful devotee. then my remarks are mysteries. Even I don't know what we might find. But fight through the dark, and I'll be your spark of sunshine to get you out of any bind. Till all my old friends are united again, and I won't feel so left behind. Okay, I'll let you go. See you next time, buddy.
I could not in good conscience talk during that song. I apologize. Alright, Indigo Park is full of passion product, yada yada yada. I probably will be buying the full game when it actually comes out, because I actually am quite invested in this one. Quit. Alright, let's go back to the just chatting screen. I'll tell you a bit more about my vacation, and then we'll... Whoops. That's better. Anyway, so... As I was saying, there was a bunch of different things. There was a lounge based on the Jungle Cruise. There, you can watch movies on the... there's a big screen set into one of the smokestack funnels, which movies were playing on constantly. Me and Mrs. Cawthorn, when we were deciding not to really do much, decided to kick back and watch Hercules while it was playing. And there was one called Sarabi, which I think may have been either a reference to Indiana Jones or a reference to Aladdin. The main deck, Deck 3, was very much Aladdin-based. Like, a lot of the carpets, there was a statue of Aladdin and Jasmine on the magic carpet. And there was a lamp that if you rubbed, it would cause lights to go along the spiral staircase that connected decks 3, 4, and 5. So one of the most interesting things to do on a cruise is try all of the interesting foods that are available. Because, like, I am a person who likes to cook a lot. I like trying new recipes, but cruise food, dinners in particular, give you an opportunity to try foods that are either too time-consuming to make, because, you know, in addition to streaming, I work a day job, so I don't necessarily have time to spend 3 or 4 days cooking something. At least nothing that requires me to actively cook for like 12 hours or something. And also, sometimes it allows you to try ingredients that you might not otherwise have access to. Like, back where I used to live, there wasn't an Asian market, so there's a lot
Corvid Crunchies taste get beep. Corvid Crunchies were carrying me. Enjoy the taste of rotting flesh. Don't realize that later you'll retch. Don't realize that Corvid Crunchies is people.
That one I don't know why,
Enjoy
but that
Cawthorn
one
Farms
startles me more
Corvid
than the
Crunchies,
actual
part of
jump
this balanced
scare sound
breakfast.
ready.
And for a limited time only, get a free toy dagger inside every box.
Cawthorn Farms is a division of Corvid
Too much
Communications
food
Incorporated.
talk had to
Cawthorn Farms is not legally responsible for any cases of food poisoning, sepsis, or poisons
You know
due to
that's
high
fair.
consumption of Corvid Crunchies.
That is very fair.
New Corvid Crunchies. Your breakfast is dead meat.
Someday I'm gonna re-record that and add a backtrack. Because I can do that now, because I know how. I just have not had the time. But yeah, that redeem startles me getting hungry. Yeah, I tried a lot of different foods. I like to try new foods. So for me, I made it a challenge to try some of the most off-the-wall things I could find on the menus, because the foods on cruises, at least the Disney cruises, rotate daily, and that includes which of the ship's restaurants you are at and what their menus offer. For example, there was a restaurant called Plaza de Coco, which was based off the movie Coco, which I didn't finally see until my flight back. Good movie, by the way. But anyway, it was very much mostly Mexican, but some Hispanic foods as well. I remember there was a 1923, there was a restaurant called 1923, which was based off of like a really ritzy restaurant in the 1920s, you know, back when Walt Disney started with his animations. And it had very much an Art Deco sort of design. It had, what was it? It had art assets like concept art and expression sheets from various Disney films. Given that it was 1923, so you would think it would be based off of his older work, there was a surprisingly low amount of actually like really, really super old Disney art in there. Like, it was mostly stuff from like, there was some Brother Bear, there was some stuff from Reva and the Last Dragon. I probably butchering that pronunciation, but I didn't see that one. That one I feel like actually kind of got an inordinate amount of attention in that place. And there was even some from Encanto. And then there was another restaurant called World of Marvel, which was a Marvel superhero-themed restaurant. And mind you, the theming was cool. Both me and Mrs. Cawthorn thought it was quite loud, though. And other than 1923, both of those restaurants had shows that took place while you were eating. So it was kind of hard to have a conversation sometimes when you were trying to eat while listening to Ant-Man try to kill Ultron. So, you know, give and take. So yeah, there was loads and loads to do. And it was very fun. The stops were amazing. The Virgin Islands, both the American and British ones, were beautiful. Like, the people there were so nice. And no, not just the people who were like associated with the excursions we went on. The beaches were beautiful. The beach I grew up at, you stepped like 3 feet into the water. You could no longer see your feet because of how murky it was. It was very, very clear water. So, like, you could see anything, because one of my biggest fears as a kid was stepping out into the beach, and I learned that stingrays would, like, throw sand on themselves, disguise themselves, so I thought I was going to be the idiot who somehow, in, like, 3 feet of water, stepped on a stingray and wound up getting Steve Irwin. Is it an irrational fear? Yes. But it was a fear I had nonetheless. So, yeah, I spent most of my time on the beaches drawing, and it was very fun, and we also rode a sky gondola, and, oh, right, after the cruise, after we got off the cruise, we were flying the next day, but the ship docked in the morning of the Saturday. So, what we did was we went to Disney Springs, which is basically the downtown Disney of Disney World, and it's basically just a huge shopping mall with surprisingly tight security. And we went to what's called a World of Coke store. I'm going to actually look up what this shit was, but like, it was a bunch of sodas, like Coca-Cola Company made sodas that aren't necessarily sold here in the US, but are sold elsewhere, and you get the chance to try them. There were like 14 drinks on a tray. Some of them were good. There was one where it was like sold as a sort of stomach thing in Italy, like as a stomach settler. And when I first drank it, I was like, why is this so bitter? And then I took a second sip and I was like, wait, that's not bitter. That is the taste of cloves. Like the spice cloves. And I was like, okay, it's still not something I like, but it's palatable at least now that I know what it is. And then of course there's stuff like Inca Cola, which actually, depending on the supermarket you go to, you can actually find in your Hispanic aisle. And I think the last one was like some sort of Fanta sour plum flavor that was sold in China. And it did not taste bad, but the way it tastes, Mrs. Cawthorn drank it and was like, this definitely has a flavor to it. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. Let me have a sip. So I drank it, and I was just, I don't know why, but the first thing in my head I thought of when I drank this, I was like, this tastes like barbecue sauce. I don't know why I thought of barbecue sauce. Second sip, it still tasted like barbecue sauce to me. So, I still drank it just because I don't like wasting food even if I don't like it. So, yeah, that was kind of it was an interesting flavor. I'm not going to say any of them were bad because, like I said, different countries have different tastes. For example, I have found, at least here in the States, we tend to like our things, especially when it comes to baked goods, very, very sweet. Whereas, for example, I think in Europe, they tend to prefer things a little less so. And that's not to say our like of sweets is bad. I mean, it can be, but overindulgence in anything can be bad. But it's different. Like, for example, my brother tried African food a while ago, and he mentions that a lot of it is filling, and when they can, their food is very, very spicy. Or at least it can be from the countries of people whose food he tried. So, like, it's not necessarily that these flavors are necessarily inherently gross, because, you know, stuff can be good, stuff can be bad. And taste is so subjective. But that's kind of the thing, like, I personally greatly enjoy trying things, even if I don't necessarily like it. Because I mean, I'm very much I will eat if I'm hungry, regardless of whether or not it's necessarily something that's, you know, top quality, but I am very much invested in food because I find food and the different ways we make food very, very interesting. So it's just kind of so that's just my take on it. Thank you, Sherry. So, I think that is... Oh, no, there was actually about 2 occurrences where my family nearly lost me and Mrs. Cawthorn. This happened twice. Once at Disney Springs and once on the British Virgin Islands. Actually, no, it wasn't the British. It was the American Virgin Islands, so it was St. Thomas. So, my dad at breakfast that morning had told us, like, hey, meet us at the exit because, you know, I have the pass needed for this overhanging gondola thing that we're going to be riding today to, like, this little local shopping center thing that sells a lot of the local touristy stuff. So we waited, like, right by the aft exit. For those of you who don't know, that's towards the back of the boat. And we were waiting, and we're like, hey, where are they? So we waited like 15 minutes there, and we decided, hey, maybe we'll get off, and then that way, regardless of which exit they go, we'll see them. Right? So we disembark, and we wait there for about another 15 minutes, and we don't see any sign of them. So we're like, hey, maybe they're back at the staterooms, because their staterooms were really close to ours. And for context, we had cell reception at the islands. We did not have cell reception on the boat. There was this free app that the Disney cruise provided that had a free messaging thing, and it was about the only free Wi-Fi thing you could do on the boat. Anything else you'd have to pay for, which I think is kind of greedy. But yeah, we could send messages, but the problem is they were resetting the Wi-Fi a lot, so a lot of times the connection for the messaging was kind of spotty. So messages weren't necessarily getting through. So I was texting my parents and being like, hey, where are you guys at? We're waiting here, yada, yada, yada. I did this multiple times. And we go back to the staterooms, and I get a message from my dad saying, are you guys up on the mountain? Because this gondola thing goes up the mountain. And I was like, no, we were waiting for you. And needless to say, there was a lot of discussion, and me and Mrs. Cawthorn were quite angry about the matter. It's about the gondola time. Yeah, so... But, yeah, they nearly lost us from that just because... But we did make it up, and it turns out we did not need to all be together to take the gondola. If we'd signed up for the excursion and it was paid for, you could ride the gondola. They just needed to have your stateroom number because they had to register it. I know, I explained that. So, yeah. Not necessarily the best experience. The view was very pretty from up there, though. And then the second time was at Disney Springs. My family went inside with both Downtown Disney and Disney Springs, there's this big Disney store that's like multiple stores long called the World of Disney store. And it sells, as you can probably guess, a lot of Disney merchandise. And so we all explored it for a little bit, and Mrs. Cawthorn and I decided to step outside because, you know, after a week of vacation and just kind of like constantly doing things, you kind of reach a point where you're like, yeah, you know, this is too much noise, this is too much color, we're gonna sit outside. So we sat outside by a bench. Yeah, on a bench that was by a stage. And also there was a Wetzel's Pretzels. But in order to make sure, you know, we didn't get lost, I texted saying, hey, we're right outside the store. We're by such and such state. We're by the Wetzel's Pretzels and such stage. And I used the stage's specific name since it was supposed to be right above. They went all the way to the entrance because somehow they missed right outside the store. Like, not at the entrance, which, given the size of this place, is like probably a little over miles a walk away. And they're like, hey, where you at? So, yeah, that was a bit frustrating. But overall, we had a good time for the vacation. Mrs. Cawthorn and I spent a lot of time together, which is actually really great because our anniversary is actually right around the corner here. It's on the 5th of February. So yeah, that's kind of been my vacation. And next week, I have a few things still up in the air as far as what I'm going to be playing. I'm still kind of making determinations there, but we will be getting back to the usual Tuesday-Friday schedule. And don't worry, if Mrs. Cawthorn is going to be joining us, I will be letting you know beforehand. So, thank you. We're going to go ahead and raid out. I have a mutual of mine that I very much would like to send you to. Honey Grimoire is holding a week-long birthday subathon. They have been streaming since Monday. So they've been going on all that time, so I would definitely say, yeah, follow her, subscribe to her. She does kind of more cozier content than I do, but she's also very entertaining to watch. So I will send you her way. And I will go ahead and say thank you so much for joining me this evening. I am sorry if I rambled on quite a bit. And I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I will be posting a couple of TikToks this week. One's going to be a stream clip, likely from the Corvid Couples Night stream, and the other is probably going to be sort of a, yes, Corvid raid. And the other is probably going to be a, at least on the TikTok end, hey, these are the other socials you can find me at. So, have a good evening, have a good weekend, and remember, at Corvid Communications, we won't leave you eating crow. Have a good night.